now move into a special board meeting. This is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business. It's not a public community meeting. There's time for public participation if you wish. And we'll move right in with a call to order. We've done the Pledge of Allegiance. The posting, it has been posted in all the appropriate places. And our roll call is... When you get back, Mary, we're all here, because we're not all there. And our first order of business is to take action to approve individual employment contracts.
So don't get the first call, the second. Individual employment contracts. First off, one is for a part-time teacher at Trailside due to resignation last month. And then basically that person right now is currently serving on the clerical staff. So that person will be part-time teacher, part-time clerical staff. And then we hired a long-term sub for the rest of the school year for that, to finish up that clerical position. So basically that's two contracts there. And then we replaced two special education aides that have resigned. One to be a stay-at-home mom and one to take a different position full-time in their district. So two special ed aides, Title I math teacher at Trailside, and then a long-term sub to fill out that vacancy that's created by that clerical vacancy.
Questions, anyone? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, Mary?
Just
Take
for the
action.
record is 5-0, so it's on the tape.
5-0. Take action to approve replacement of the water heater at Trailside.
Also move.
Second.
During one of the cold closing days in January, one of the water heaters at Trailside sprung a leak. There are 3 water heaters over there. We need to have 2 that are functioning, and right now there's only 1 that's functioning. Okay, so for sure we have to get 1 fixed, and then there were bids put out to get the second one fixed so that all 3 would be functional. But the imminence right now is for sure to get 1 on the run. We have 2 bids, one from Accutemp, who is the contractor for our mechanicals, and that bid came in at $8,050 for 1, or $15,800 for 2. The second bid came in from Lee Plumbing, who does a lot of plumbing contract work here in the district, and so you'd be familiar with that vendor as well. And the bid for 1 water heater was $9,600, and for 2, just under $17,000. So at this point, Accutemp has the lower bid between the 2 vendors, and the district does extensive work with both Accutemp and Lee's Plumbing. So it really isn't a matter of preferring one vendor over the other as far as workmanship and relationship.
Chris is right, when I was over there on Friday, I did go up and check 2 of the heaters are out. Now, we were already replaced 1 heater at that building a couple of years ago.
And that's the one that's working.
And the funny part is, the other buildings were put in at the same time for some reason. We're going through heaters at that school, and I don't know why. They're on village water, just like the rest of them. The only thing is, you're closer to that one station there that's conditions the water. So I don't know if maybe we should have a water testament, because to take out 3 heaters while the other buildings haven't taken out 1, we have a problem.
What was the failure of the first?
I believe
It was the leak.
the leak, because the first one I know, he saved electronics off of, in case he could use them on the second one. I was in there Friday and he wasn't there, and I went up there and looked, and 2 of them are shut off, and electronics and everything are off of them. So whether both are leaking or not, I couldn't tell.
Okay. That was my question, whether they were both leaking. It sounds like it is. Yes.
So
If we have the money, so I'd just soon get them all in the money.
And we do. We've got the money in the maintenance budget. We would just need to reshift it over to Trailside, if that makes sense to you. The money's in the budget there.
I was disappointed that there wasn't more of a discount for doing 2 at the same time.
Yeah, me too. $250.
Yeah, what do you save on? It's not like you can work on 2 different systems at once, so you got another guy working twice as long, normally you would buy 1 extra unit, so.
I was surprised by that too, though. That was only, what, $200 bucks.
250.
They're 250.
I'll have to check the events with it. But, very motion.
You do.
Yeah.
So
What was the motion?
Yeah, let's,
Yeah, I thought we just discussed.
It says take action to replace water heater and trail site, and I would amend that to say water heaters.
I actually can.
Quite a little bit, yes.
Okay.
We just amended the original motion.
Is everyone clear on the, okay.
Any further discussion then on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, Mary?
But I do think we have to pursue maybe having a water test or something, just to see what's going on there.
Okay.
Who made the motion for the employment contract? Doug had first and Paul second.
Paul,
Thank you.
this one was what Paul done.
No, I think it's second.
I didn't
Paul.
first.
Don Lee.
I second. I'm always second.
Your wife says you're number one.
And the next is take action, if any, on the hot lunch program for 2014-15.
We have direction.
Yeah, well, our direction was coming from the committee. I would motion that we approve withdrawing from the federal hot lunch program for the 14-15 year, correct? And we go out for bid not to be in the federal lunch program, and we include in the bid process that we want to limit our exposure on cost to the district to a number of 25,000. Now, if they come back in the future, just as a side note, and say we can't do it for 25, we can always amend at that time and add more money into it. So right now, let's just give them a target set point.
Return on August, I was gonna say 20.
Dan made the motion, is there a second?
Okay.
Second.
Dan first, second Paul.
It's at 25,000.
Want to clarify that? You want to make 20 or you want to put that?
I'd like to see it at 20 to start with.
Paul?
That's fine.
Todd?
As long as we can amend it for you too.
Okay.
Yeah, to
So,
come back. I'm hoping to come
therefore,
back
we're
less.
going to modify my original motion and make it 20. Who's the second one? Okay, Paul.
Agreed.
It can always be.
Any further discussion, questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, Mary? And we will now entertain a motion to convene into closed session to discuss employment, compensation, and performance of public employees and history of performance, specifically teachers and administrators.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Dan, seconded by Paul. Questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, Mary? That's the end of our special meeting. We're now moving to closed session. Thank you all for attending.